This is from the Petty Corner. I'm Petty Diana, and today I have Big Mac Makini Manu here with me. He's coming off a big win at Power Slap 14. Welcome back to the Petty Corner, Makini.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How are
Excited.
you?
Good, good.
It's been like a year and a half, I think, since we saw you on an actual live show. How was that for you? Because the last one, it was a pre-recording, so there wasn't as big of a crowd. Were you nervous to come out to that big of a crowd?
No, I was excited and I feel like I was built for this. So when it came to showtime, I was ready to put on the show. So I think I felt the energy from the crowd um, and it was electrifying.
Yeah, I mean, you have the best reactions and great energy out there, so I would agree with that you're built for this. But okay, so it was the first time Power Slap had left Las Vegas in the States.
Mhm.
How was the crowd in New Orleans compared to Las Vegas?
Um, so the crowd was amazing. The energy was crazy. I was nervous at a point to where I thought that there was nobody there because before my fight, we were in the back in the locker room, so we really couldn't hear the crowd, and all we saw was Manny and Brandon Rhodes fight, and we weren't sure how loud. We were like, oh, probably prelims, so not everybody's there. But as soon as I walked to the tunnel, it was packed. And I was like, oh shoot. And so I was just like, okay, well it's time. Gotta go crazy. I was thinking that was gonna be not that many people, but that thing was packed and loud.
Yeah, no, for Manny and Brandon's match, they were so loud and everyone was booing Manny. I was like, why are they booing Manny? He's the former champ. But
Yeah.
Brandon said he was finding out of Texas and he works out of Louisiana. So it was like his hometown crowd. So they were
Nice.
loud, they were rowdy for the
Yeah.
first match. They were
Yeah, we
there.
couldn't hear that in the back.
That's
Yeah.
crazy because they were
Yeah.
so loud. The crowd was so into it. I've never
That's-
seen. I think I prefer it in the arena than I do in the Fontainebleau hotel.
Oh, yeah, it's so loud. Like I think it's because like how all the sound goes into the gym area, it just makes the slap sound louder, the cheering sound like there's 1,000 more people than there is actually inside the arena, So it was I like the sporting arenas better for sure.
Yeah, and we were in the South. They were super into it, so
Oh
it was
yeah.
it was dope to see.
No, it was
Okay,
awesome.
so we're gonna go back to your your reaction and the way you perform on stage and everything. Your very first slap, you had your eyes closed and then you did the little like one eye open. You're like, did he go yet? Did he go? But the judges' scorecards had you losing the round because they didn't know that was like a part of your show, like your not like act, but like that was part of your performance. So what
Yeah.
do you think about that?
I think it is what it is. I honestly was scoring the match 10-9, 10-9 in the first two rounds. But I think just because I was trying to put some showmanship in it, they like you said, they're confused. They thought I was phased, but no, I didn't. He hits hard. Everybody hits hard, but it didn't do anything to make me phased or anything. So I thought people would like that a little peek out and act like he didn't do anything. And it worked. It went viral. I was telling Slap News the other day that before the fight I was at like 7,000 followers, and now I think I'm at 13,000 now. It's
Wow.
Yeah, it's shot up after a week and a half. You
I
know.
will say you have some of the most viral clips on Power Slap's page.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm excited. So I'm hoping that, maybe they'll put me in a third fight this year, but even if they don't and they run a rematch with Hitman and Dumpling, I'll take the next after that. So I'm just ready for whatever.
Yeah, we'll get into that. I just want to go to your reactions really quick. So
Okay.
after you had knocked Wayne out, you pointed at the camera. I was like, who is he pointing at? Because I was like on the side that you were pointing. I was like, who's he pointing at?
Yeah.
But they try to like pull you back. So like I understand like if you're like standing over your opponent and stuff, but
Yeah.
I was kind of confused why they like pulled you back because I don't know. I thought that was great too. That kind of
Um,
went viral too.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they pulled me back. Honestly, I didn't really feel it too much, but when I slapped Dwayne and knocked him out, I didn't know if I knocked him out or not. So when I heard the crowd's reaction, I was like, okay, I know that that was a knockout. And then there was a bright orange phone case out of like the sea of phones that were recording the moment that caught my eye, and I pointed right at the dude's camera. And it turned out being uh Thomas Douglas, the linebacker um, or he was a linebacker for the Carolina Panthers for the longest time, and so he ended up giving me the video at the after party, but I pointed at him and I was saying it's for you, but I didn't realize that I looked mean when I was saying it. I thought I was looking like nice, saying that was for you, buddy, but now it can be changed to I'm calling you out, rather than
Yeah.
that was for you, So, but it was cool. I enjoyed it. That moment, I didn't think it'd go that crazy. Everybody likes the no look knockout now. So,
Yeah. It's like in baseball, like a walk-off hit or, something crazy.
yeah.
Um, but when you got to talk to him in the high roller room, was he like, "Oh, I don't want no smoke"? Like what was that
Oh,
reaction like from him?
he was sitting down and I walked by him and he's like, "Yo, why are you pointing at me? What you doing? Why?" What did I do to you to make you point at me? And then I explained to him, I was like, oh, I just saw your bright phone. I was like, but I was saying it was for you. But I'm gonna change that story and say, yeah, I was calling out anybody in the world can get it.
No, you was calling out Thomas.
Yeah. It was
So
cool.
I met your mom at the after party. Was that the first time that she got to see you perform live?
Yes. I think that's the first time she ever seen me do it ever. I'm like, she doesn't. She never, or she says she never watched the YouTube clips or anything,
Wow.
and so, but she lives in a city called Pflugerville, Texas, which is like right by Austin, and it was like 7 hours away from the event. So she just came through, and um, she liked the live event better than seeing it on or
Like the
YouTube or
clip.
something. But I think seeing more of the energy and stuff was like just seeing how the crowd reacts and things was huge for her. She loved it. So
I'm so glad she got to make it out and see it. But I always tell people because they're like, oh, like, some people are iffy. They're like, I don't know. I don't
yeah,
know. But I'm like, get to a live event and you'll change your mind. Like everyone around me, like I was talking to them in the crowd and they've never been to an event before and they were so into it while it was live.
yeah.
But did she sit there and watch the whole thing or like when your match was over, she got to meet up with you?
So she was in there until they took me out to the back and maybe go like they drove us back to the hotel. So I called her and I was like, "Hey, get out of there! Come, let's go. Let's catch the ride back to the hotel, so you don't got to pay for a lift." So she hopped into the car they gave us and we went back. I think she watched all the prelims and then that's when I called her to take because I had like interview and stuff in the post fight interview in the back. So as soon as I was done with that, I called her to come
Yeah.
and head out. So
Well, I'm so glad she made it out and she got to see you. Cause I mean, that's crazy. Like there were so many knockouts on this card too.
oh man, it
So
was wild.
for your first event to go to, that's pretty wild. And the
Yeah,
crowd. I have
yeah.
never seen anything like it before. But let's go back to because you had mentioned Hitman and Dumpling. I feel like there's a very strong case for you to face either of them because you are, I think, the only undefeated super heavyweight.
Yeah.
You're coming off two incredible knockouts. You were the winner of season two,
Mm.
and Hitman and Dumpling. Everyone's like rematch, rematch, rematch. But I think there's an argument where you can go straight to Hitman for the title, or if they want to make you a contender against Dumpling because he was the champion. He's got the long history of slap. So which one would you prefer first?
Um, honestly, I prefer the dumpling first. Um, like I was telling people before that the belt is something. It's gonna sound like douchebaggy-ish of me, but um, they just give the belt to anybody nowadays. So I don't care who has the belt. I think I'm the people's champion in the super heavyweight division. You know, I just I'm undefeated, 5-0 for a reason. I've told everybody from the beginning that I'm the best in the world, and I don't plan on going down. And so maybe that's why my road to the title has been so long, because I feel like as soon as I get to that title and I win the title, it's gonna be like how the bell hasn't been dethroned at all. It's just
Mhm.
gonna be me winning, 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 winning. So there's not. Um, so they got to put people up at the belt that can lose it, because I don't know. I think so. I don't know. It's all in my head. Like the Dumpling won it and then he lost it his very first defense, and then the Hitman might lose it his first defense. You never know. But if it's against me, I'm obviously gonna win it. In my mind, I've already won in my head. But Dumpling would be the best one, because I think that if I fight Dumpling, I knock out Dumpling, that right there just puts my stock even higher in the super heavyweight division. Just because I've already beat everybody that beat Hawaiian Hitman. So like I don't feel like there's really much to prove to if I'm better than him or not. Dumpling. He's only had one fight that wasn't a title shot, and so I just want to go beat the person that everybody calls a legend. I never heard of him before Power Slap, so he's not a legend to me. So I don't really, and I feel like he's like my height, maybe a little shorter. I haven't met him, but I think it's gonna be an easier match for me. Like I don't know, I feel like I hit the hardest in the super heavyweight division. The numbers may not say it on the combine, but I didn't try in the combine. Like everybody's like, well, Dwayne Crespo's hits were harder than you inside the combine. I was like, well, it's because he probably hit it as hard as he could. I saw somebody tear their bicep, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna tap that cue, and I broke the machine that tests your neck force, and so they went off the highest number that they could pick from that. So um, it read error the first time I went on. So I got a strong neck. And I believe I got the strongest slap too. So um, anybody will go, but I'm already high. I feel high on the mountain already. I already feel like I'm the champion for everybody. Like when you think super heavyweight or power slap, I don't think people think Hitman. I don't think people think Dumpling. I think now everybody's like, shoot, did you guys see Big Mac in New Orleans? That dude put on a show. That dude took him out. And so I'll take that self-proclaimed people's champion title.
I love it.
I
And you
think
know
I
what
might make a
though?
belt too.
Yeah.
People's champion belt, and just wear it around.
And I love it. But you know what? Um, truly, like in the beginning, Road to the Title, it was like right off the show, they would have title matches and stuff. But I kind of like the route that you're on because it's building your experience, it's building your resume and your legacy. And it's just gonna, when you make it there, it's gonna feel so much greater than if you just came off the show and got the title right away
Oh,
and everything that you
absolutely.
went through to get there. So,
Yeah,
it just makes the journey that much better for you.
yeah. The wait is worth it for me.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be this viral if I had gotten it when Daddy got it. You know, his chance.
Yeah. And then the combine scores, I feel like they should redo them every once, like maybe once a year. Because if you think about it, when you're on the show, I think that's the only time they do it. Like new people coming
Yeah.
in, maybe like during the camps they do them now, like the camps that
Mhm.
they've been doing. But you're still learning how to strike. Like you don't
Yeah.
really know what to do until you get up there. But then once you get up there, then you like start changing things, like your swing, your technique, and everything. Your power is going to change and all that because the way you move your body. So I feel like
Yeah.
they should do those more. Like I don't know, every time you get called to Vegas or something.
Yeah. I don't think they're super accurate. I saw there's that heavyweight UFC fighter, you slapping the box
Hmm.
that they posted. I'd
Derek
rather
Lewis.
slap it how he slapped it than when they put it on the wall. Because when
Yeah,
you got a person holding it, then they could give that little give. But when it was on the wall, people were hurting their elbows and like they were hitting as
people
hard
just
as they
stand weird.
could. Yeah, it was crazy, But I don't think the neck force thing is a good test at all. Like it's
Really?
like this circle that goes on the side of your head, and it's like on a hurdle, and you go on your all fours and you press against it. So it's
Mm,
like it's super weird. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And but I was surprised they didn't put mine on there. But when I went, it snapped off the thing. So and everybody else, no, it never snapped off on anybody else. So that just and the reading they gave me was like super low, and I was like, oh, it's because I broke it.
Yeah. No, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So when you were in New Orleans, did you get to do any exploring or like good food?
I went out to walk the French Quarter, and I absolutely hated it. And I only
Hmm.
went down like one block to the from our hotel. There was the Hard Rock Cafe, and that was the only place that ate that was outside of what's it called? Outside, like
The hotel.
that was outside the hotel. Yeah, but I was that person that was doing like they put spreads out, food out on the like for UFC fighters and stuff. And so I just would walk down, grab a plate, put food on, walk back to my room, and no one would say anything. They're just like, "Oh, are you gonna stop him?" No.
I feel like you
So
guys are part of the UFC crew though, because I mean, it's
yeah,
like the same, under Dana White.
yeah. Well, I don't know if it was like for the crew or whatever, for like the people running, but
Oh, yeah, yeah.
every time I'd walk down that hallway had food, I was like, I'm gonna go get me a plate. I was getting sandwiches, salads. I was like, cool. I don't have to spend my per diem.
Yeah. I will say they do feed us well in the media room. So I'm sure
They
it was good
do.
food.
I saw the Power Slap 12 when you guys were doing the interview and stuff. When I walked in there, I found myself in there. You guys had like pizza and
Yeah.
sodas, and I was like,
Oh, no,
it
they
was
give
like
us 2 meals.
luxurious
So in the
pizza.
beginning, they give us something else, then they give us a snack halfway through, and then there's another meal.
Oh my gosh, I was back there eating because I was like, oh, okay, here we go, food.
Yeah.
And then I got to watch everybody get interviewed and eat. No one kicked me out. I was like,
You're like,
this
"Bet."
is where I belong.
No, it's really nice though, because I did media for BKFC, which, it was cool to see how different promotions run things, but you don't get
Yeah.
food with BKFC.
What do you like better, BKFC or Power Slap? Like as far as like being media.
Um, well, I've only done BKFC once. I feel like I've done Power Slap like 3 or 4 times now. So
Yeah.
I feel like Power Slap's my home because like that's what I know.
Yeah.
I felt a little out of place at BKFC, but I do love watching the fights and it was like a cool experience. BKFC is a newer organization, which so is Power Slap, but Power Slap follows like the UFC, the way the UFC runs things. So it's like a little bit more established. So it's BKFC is like a little bit disorganized, but it like works for them.
Yeah.
But they also have like different rules on things too. So, I see some rules that work in one that could work in the other and vice versa.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you can't argue with free food. So,
No, but it was a cool experience because this is the first time they had us with UFC.
hmm,
So um, seeing all the fighters, and I felt bad because I only knew Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier.
yeah,
But I never like I would be sitting in that lobby, and then there'll be dudes who come sit down waiting for their team. And I didn't realize that they're UFC. Like I thought they were like part of the team of the UFC fighter,
yeah.
but it was actual UFC fighters, and I was like, oh shoot, my bad. Dang,
I remember the first time I saw you in the lobby, I was like going to check in or whatever. When you were downstairs, the former welterweight champion Bilal Muhammad was like standing right by you.
Was he real?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even I didn't even realize and like but it was funny because when the other people would come by, but like the UFC fighters, I think they just came up to me because I was just such a big person.
Hmm.
They like a bunch of them came up to me and they're like, "You're a power slapper. You're the power slapper." And
Yeah.
like they haven't even seen videos of me. They just like saw how
I
it
bet they've
looked.
seen them because you're viral.
Oh, yeah. But having them come out and I was like, "Oh, you're a UFC fighter," and then they all laughed. They're like, "Yeah, we all are. We're all the same
Yeah.
team." I was like, "Damn, my bad. I need
You
to
can
watch
tell by the
UFC more."
cauliflower ears.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody had cauliflower ears. I
Yeah.
was like, "Damn, but you weren't sure which one was fighting. Like, I didn't know which one was fighting, but in their team, I guess like there's a few UFC fighters that like they
Yeah.
go and train
Like corner
together
them and stuff.
and they weren't even fighting that week. And so it was pretty cool. It was a cool experience. Especially I got to hang out with Max like a lot of times, and so
Really?
yeah, it was
I
cool.
should have hung out with you.
No, and it's because he saw one too, so it's
Mhm.
like that Polynesian connection was
Yeah.
huge for us. So,
Did you
um,
know he went to school with the crazy Hawaiian and Hitman?
Yeah, I found that
They're
out
from the
when they
same
went to,
town.
was it Abu Dhabi or something?
Yeah.
And they were talking about it. So it was cool, you know, and it's different because like Hawaii Polynesians are different than Southern California, I guess mainland
Mhm.
um Polynesians. You know, me and Juicy are like kind of cut from the same cloth. I don't know if you ever got a chance to talk to him, but
I
like,
haven't talked to him, but
okay,
I did get to see his first fight against Uncle Micah.
yeah.
Um, Power Slap just released that like 2 days ago, their full match too.
Oh, I'm about to watch that. Yeah, no, he's like, I guess we would be like the hood Polynesians, you know, like
Yeah.
different than the Polynesians from Hawaii because they're all like they got their own pigeon. I don't know. They have their accents. I mean,
Yeah.
you ever talk to Russell?
Yeah.
You know, like how they have that hard accent. You know, and
Mhm.
like no disrespect, like Hawaiian Assassin, he could bring that out, but then he could also
Turn it
like
off.
talk, yeah, and then but Kid Lee, same thing. He could talk like he's from Hawaii, and then he could talk regular. So it's like, um, it's it's pretty cool, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, that had nothing to do with, but it just
Yeah. No, it's cool though.
that's how
Uh,
Max talks though. Max doesn't change it at all. He just
Max
talks
is
like he's
such
from
a good
Hawaii.
guy. I went to their
Yeah,
fight and like it was so hard for me. I'm like such a huge like that war hat right there. Like I'm such a huge Dustin Poirier fan. Like he's my
yeah,
favorite fighter. But I also have Max Holloway right here, like his autograph too.
yeah.
So like
That's
I love
dope.
them both, but I'm like, okay, this is Dustin's last fight. Like I want Dustin to win. I'm sorry, Max. Like I hate that I have to like go against you.
Yeah,
But like afterwards, like Max won, rightfully so, and Max was just like, this is not my moment. This is Dustin's moment. Give it up for him. And he just like walked off. Like such a
yeah,
class
that's
act.
dope.
Like you can't hate him, like
Yeah.
at all. Like it was like they were booing him. I was like, I'm not booing. Like I can't do that.
No, it's they. I didn't watch the fight, but I know that they weren't happy they didn't get the bonus. But
No, that
I
that was
heard it was a good fight
that
though.
was crazy because they like that it was so crazy. They both like in the first round, I was like, "Oh my God, no way." Like Dustin, like this is not how his career ends because Max almost took Dustin out. And then the second round, Dustin almost took Max out. Like it was just wild. So I was like, "How did they not get the bonus for that?"
Yeah,
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Okay,
talking
but
about
we'll take
bonuses,
it back
I
to
got
Power
the
Slap.
bonus.
Again, I went off a little bit. But
Yeah.
okay, so there's Power Slap 15 is coming up October 3rd, and then they're gonna have Abu Dhabi October 24th. I would assume if I had to take a educated guess, they were gonna have they're probably gonna do dumpling in Abu Dhabi just because it's easier to get them there, the fan base and everything. Which one would you rather fight on? Like in Vegas in October or Abu Dhabi in October as well? Because they're 3 weeks apart.
Probably Vegas. Abu Dhabi obviously would be a cool experience, but Vegas, you know, I got more access to family coming to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's kind of like my home field advantage, you know, as opposed to Abu Dhabi, you know, that right there is hard to if you're American, it's hard to get out there for an affordable ticket, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to all my family's in Southern California. I got some from Texas, but the drive from my house right now to Fountain Blue is like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
So that I know that I'll have a crowd for me in Vegas, you know,
And your
especially if
wife?
I'm on the live. And my wife will show up, you know,
Yeah.
and she won't. And because New Orleans, you know, it was pretty pricey, so that's
Yeah.
why we did it. Like they didn't come with me, you know, my wife and son, so that's why I went out there by myself. You know, luckily my mom she was local, so she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna come through," you know. Um, but New Orleans is pretty neutral, but I want that home field advantage and
Mhm.
on any fight, and so I feel like Vegas is the best spot. Abu Dhabi, uh, I don't know. I felt like Dumpling had more fans there last time he fought there, you know,
Yeah.
than Crazy did. So, and more people were able to get there that weren't from America. I don't know. It must be cheaper outside of the states to go there. I don't know. I've never
I think
been. So,
everywhere outside of the States is like cheaper to travel to, but like
okay.
from the States to there is like super expensive.
Yeah, it's horrible. I remember looking. I think it's Power Slap 9. I was looking at tickets to go, and I was like, oh no, I'm
It's
good.
like $2,000.
Yeah, I was like, oh, just go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there like so say they I don't know what their plans are, but say they did plan on doing Hitman and Dumpling again in Abu Dhabi. Are you willing to wait for a title match or are you willing to take another fight for a title contender?
I'm I'm willing for either. Honestly, I think for me, I think Dumpling versus Hitman will take place, that rematch. Um, I felt the controversy on that match. I felt like it could have gone either way. Depending on the judge. I think was it close? Was it pretty
It
close?
was very close, yeah.
Yeah. So um, I think a rematch is in line for that. I felt like Hitman should have went left-handed the whole time because every time he landed that left shot, man, Dumpling looked like
So
he's
much
like,
damage.
oh crap, yeah. And
Yeah.
so, so maybe this time Hitman will come in with a better strategy. But I think you're right. Yeah, I think the Abu Dhabi headlining super heavyweight title matches is a smart thing, because like it's either that or it's me versus Hitman in Vegas because that's cheap, or
Yeah.
like it's affordable. I'm down the street. He's lives in Vegas, um, but like ooh, I
But I
don't.
don't think Hitman, like you or Hitman, could turn around in 3 weeks, though. You know what I mean?
No,
You don't know what
absolutely
the
not.
matches are going to be like, and
Yeah,
these
unless I
hit hard.
unless I took him out in in the first shot or
Yeah.
something, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, so they definitely have to do a title match. One of them, I'm pretty sure if it's gonna be Dumpling, it's gonna be um Abu Dhabi, like you
Yeah.
said. And I'll just wait till December. I don't know, whatever the January, I guess, whenever
Mhm.
the next fight would be. But I would prefer to be in October, more money sooner
Yeah.
obviously, but yeah, I want to see that rematch because I think I don't know, I feel like Dumpling. Uh, I don't know. I'd rather fight Dumpling than Hitman. Just because Hitman is, I don't know. In my head, I'm just like, there's no point in fighting Hitman. Like I have a undefeated record, and he got I don't even know what his record. 3-2 or 2-2 or
I
something.
think it's 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2, and so like for me, I feel like that's a pointless fight. But just because,
But he's
just
got the
talking about
belt, so.
records, yeah, and that's the thing too. That's the only reason why I want to fight him is because he has the belt, and
Mhm.
so, but if Dumpling fights him and takes the belt from him, then I wouldn't doubt that it'd be me versus Dumpling for the title shot.
Yeah.
Unless they
Agreed.
do a three, I'll hate a
Yeah.
third one.
Well, we'll
Yeah,
see what they do. But
yeah.
I just want to
So,
say thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you, and I'm excited for your future, and I cannot wait to see what happens next for you.
no, I'm stoked. Thank you for having me. Yeah. Until next time, I'm excited.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you.